Affordable protein sources in Nigeria most people ignore. Let me start with a simple question. Why does everyone keep saying, eat more protein, but nobody explains how to actually afford it? Because right now in Nigeria, food prices are not smiling at anybody. Chicken is expensive, fish is expensive, and sometimes even eggs feel like they are part of a luxury diet. So many people hear the word protein and immediately think, that one is for rich people. But here is something most people don't realize. Protein is not as expensive as we think. In fact, some of the best protein sources in Nigeria are the foods people ignore every day in the market. So in this video, we're going to break it down in a very practical way. You'll learn why protein is actually important for your body, how much protein you really need daily, 15 affordable protein foods available in Nigerian markets, and how to combine them into real meals you can eat every day. No complicated diet plans, just real food. Why protein matters. Before we talk about food, let's understand something important. Protein is one of the most important nutrients your body needs. Your body uses protein for many things. It helps repair muscles. It supports your immune system. It helps regulate hormones. And maybe the most important thing people notice, protein keeps you full longer. Let me give you a simple example. Imagine two different breakfasts. The first one is bread and a sugary drink. The second one is bread and eggs. Both meals may have the same number of calories, but the experience is completely different. With the first meal, you may start feeling hungry again after 2 hours. But the second meal, the one with protein, keeps you satisfied much longer. That is one of the biggest benefits of protein. It helps control hunger. How much protein you actually need. Now here is where many people get confused. They think they need huge amounts of protein every day. But the truth is much simpler. For most adults, the general recommendation is about 0.8 to 1 gram of protein per kilogram of body weight. So let's say someone weighs about 70 kilograms. That person would need roughly 56 to 70 grams of protein per day. Not 200 grams. Not bodybuilder levels. Just enough to support the body properly. The problem is that many people don't realize how little protein is actually in their daily meals. A typical day might look like this. Breakfast, bread and tea. Lunch, large plate of rice with very small protein. Dinner, heavy carbs again. So the meals are big, but the protein portion is tiny. Why protein feels expensive? Another reason people think protein is expensive is because they only think of a few foods. Usually the list goes like this: chicken, beef, turkey. And yes, those foods can be expensive, but they're not the only protein sources. In fact, some of the most powerful protein foods are actually the cheapest foods in Nigerian markets. The problem is awareness. Many people simply overlook them. Affordable Nigerian protein sources. Let's start with plant-based proteins. Beans. Beans is one of the best protein foods you can eat. It is rich in protein and fiber, and it is very filling. That is why beans meals can keep you satisfied for hours. Popular ways to eat beans include beans porridge, beans with rice, beans with plantain. And these meals are not just traditional. They're actually very nutritionally powerful. Groundnuts. Groundnuts are another affordable option. They contain protein and healthy fats. They're also extremely accessible. You can buy small portions almost anywhere. But portion control matters because they are calorie dense. Even a small handful provides a decent amount of protein. Soybeans. Soybeans are one of the highest protein plant foods in the world. In Nigeria, soybeans are often used to make soy milk. They can also be turned into soy flour or used in cooking. If more people understood how nutritious soybeans are, they would be used much more often. Lentils. Lentils are not as common in some Nigerian markets, but they are very nutritious. They cook relatively quickly and are packed with protein and fiber. Bambara nuts, Okpa. Bambara nuts are traditionally used to make Okpa. Many people eat Okpa as a snack, but nutritionally, it is actually a strong protein food. Now let's talk about affordable animal proteins. Eggs. Eggs are one of the most complete protein foods available. They are incredibly versatile. You can boil them, fry them, scramble them, and they pair well with many Nigerian meals. For many people, eggs are one of the easiest ways to increase protein intake. Sardines. Canned sardines are another affordable option. They contain high-quality protein and omega-3 fatty acids. They are convenient and easy to store. Mackerel fish. Mackerel fish is widely available in Nigerian markets. It is nutritious and flavorful. Even a small portion can significantly increase the protein content of a meal. Dried fish. Dried fish is often overlooked, but it is very protein-dense. Adding small pieces to soups and stews can increase protein intake without spending much. Chicken, small portions. You don't need half a chicken to benefit from protein. Even smaller portions added to meals can help. Smart protein combinations. Another smart strategy is combining foods. Some foods complement each other nutritionally. For example, rice and beans, bread and eggs, gari and groundnuts, yam with egg sauce. These combinations help increase the overall protein quality of meals. Example day of eating. Let's imagine a simple day of eating. Breakfast could be 2 eggs and bread. Lunch might be rice with beans and fish. A snack during the day could be groundnuts. Dinner might be yam with egg sauce. When you add everything together, the total protein intake becomes much more balanced. Common protein mistakes. Now let's quickly talk about some common mistakes. The first mistake is eating meals that are mostly carbohydrates. The second mistake is eating protein only at dinner. Another mistake is assuming protein foods must always be expensive. And finally, many people ignore plant-based proteins. Closing. At the end of the day, eating well is not about luxury foods. It is about knowledge and structure. You don't need the most expensive ingredients to build a healthy diet. You just need to understand how foods work. So now I'm curious, what is your favorite affordable protein food? Let me know in the comments. And in the next video, we will talk about something very important: how to build a balanced plate using everyday Nigerian foods.